WBNG TV, your news leader. This is Action News at 6.
New owners take over Greek Peak, and we'll find out more about what's in store for the ski resort. Plus, 3 arrests after state police raid suspected methamphetamine labs at 2 local homes. Plus,
the sheriff's office is investigating a double homicide in the town of Binghamton. I'm Erica Mahoney. I'll have the details coming up.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Candace Chapman. A search for a suspect at this hour in connection with the deaths of a man and a woman at a home in the town of Binghamton. Their bodies discovered just before noon. Relatives had been trying to contact one of the victims. Our Erica Mahoney joins us live from the crime scene on Lacey Road.
Candace, I'm here standing in front of 4185 Lacey Lane. I'm Erica Mahoney, live in the town of Binghamton, WBNG TV Action News.
Thank you, Erica. And again, we'll have the latest information tonight on Action News at 10 on the CW and again on Action News following the basketball games. Greek Peak will be under new ownership, but will continue to operate as normal. A federal bankruptcy court in Syracuse approved the sale of the Town of Virgil Resort to 2 Elmira-based businessmen. Our Kelly McCarthy meets up with the new owners and tells us what they have in store for the mountain resort.
For years, John Meyer and Mark Stemmerman have been riding the slopes at Greek Peak Resorts. In the town of Virgil, Kelly McCarthy, WBNG TV Action News.
Greek Peak employs nearly 1,000 people in Virgil during the ski season. It is the largest resort in central New York, attracting 250,000 skiers. Up to 130 employees could be laid off from Cargill salt mine starting in June. The salt mine in Lansing notified the New York Labor Department of temporary cutbacks in its workforce. Cargill provides de-icing salt and treated salt products. The spokesperson for the company says because last winter was so mild, many road departments had a lot of inventory that carried over. Cargill employs about 180 people in Lansing. The actual number of layoffs won't be determined until we're completely through snow season. They would again be temporary, running from June to August. Broome County is slightly healthier now than it was a year ago. That's according to research done by the University of Wisconsin. The study analyzes the well-being of nearly every county in the country through 25 factors, factors like poverty, smoking, and obesity. Of New York's 62 counties, Broome ranks 48th in terms of overall health, and that is an improvement over last year's ranking of 56. The county health department credits the community as a whole making healthier choices for the climb in the rank, but doesn't believe the study is entirely accurate.
But it's limited. It does not capture everything. It does not capture all of the local statistics here. We are working on our own community health assessment that looks at many more indicators than what this provides.
Here tonight.
Broome County did better than average in the state in teen pregnancy rates, the number of people who are uninsured. Edwards says areas in need of the most work were smoking and obesity. The county study is due out sometime in November. An employee of a school district in Delaware County is put on leave after an investigation into inappropriate sexual contact with a former student. The Stanford Central School District informed parents and staff through a letter. The district says the person is now on paid administrative leave. Superintendent Katie Graves says that the school district will fully cooperate with the investigation into the allegations. Police arrest 3 people after a search in 2 homes where they seized methamphetamine labs. New York State Police charged 39-year-old Donald Sibley and 36-year-old Jennifer Cray, both of Windsor, and 32-year-old Nate Dendler of Colesville. Their arrest comes after troopers conducted search warrants at 2 different homes and found various amounts of methamphetamine. All 3 face felony charges of unlawful manufacture of methamphetamine. Sibley, Cray, and Dendler are all being held in the Broome County Jail without bail. And a Binghamton woman's accused of stealing prescription drugs from a local hospital. The Broome County Sheriff's Office arrested 29-year-old Megan Gismont. Gismont was a pharmacy technician. She's accused of falsifying business records and stealing controlled substances. Gismont was arraigned in the Village of Johnson City Court and released pending further court action.
I'd like to take this time and remind you that this is still National Flood Safety Week, and today's topic, you ever want to check out real-time river level data? Well, it's available. It's free to the public. You just have to know where to find it. We have a link to that information on our website, wbng.com/weather/blog. Again, National Flood Safety Week continues here this week. Forecast as we move through the evening. Snow showers continuing here, very much like they have the last 4 or 5 days. Temperatures in the 20s tonight. Is there a warm-up in store? Well, you'll have to wait for the 7-day forecast coming up.
Thank you, Howard. And still to come on Action News at 6, the local theater bringing a group that wants to make you, the audience, the stars of the show.
From WBNG TV, your news leader. This is Action News at 6.
Who would want to believe that?
A husband speaks out for what he says is the final time after his wife's body is found off the side of a road. Plus, find out where all the money is going and what sequester means to us now. And Binghamton's oldest Irish bar pulls out all the potatoes and more for Parade Day. Good evening. I'm Candace Chapman, and thank you for joining us. Until his wife's body was found, Ganesh Remy Ramsaran had been outspoken with the media in the effort to find her, he hoped, alive. Now he's dealing with a new reality and the investigation into how she died. Our Matt Porter spoke with him and what Mr. Ramsaran says will be his last interview on his wife's disappearance.
Yeah, there's a possibility that an unidentified body on the side of a road was my wife.
In New Berlin, I'm Matt Porter, WBNG TV, Action News.
Remy Ramsaran has been fully cooperative with police, including admitting a one-time romantic encounter with his running partner about a year ago. Ramsaran says he never told Jennifer about the incident, but he has informed the police of all the details of that relationship. Funeral arrangements for Jennifer Ramsaran are currently being arranged. Broome County law enforcement's linking up with the nationwide Offender Watch program to make it easier for you to find out where registered sex offenders are living. The Sheriff's Office is using Offender Watch to help manage and monitor sex offenders and make sure they're complying with the registry law. Sheriff David Harder says there are between 500 to 600 registered sex offenders in Broome County. According to the website, 80% of all addresses have at least one offender living within a mile radius.
But people can go on our Broome County website and look any of that up and check on it. And if they have a concern, feel free to give us a call, or they can register with us too if they're concerned about a certain sex offender being in an area. On that, but it didn't work.
Sheriff Harder encourages people to sign up for the email alerts. Offenders move frequently, and the database can be updated daily, and you'd get those alerts. At midnight, billions of dollars in automatic budget cuts will kick in if Congress does not act. Our Perry Russum is at the live desk with how we can understand what the sequester will bring now that it's almost upon us.
Candace, understanding what the sequester is and what it does has been a problem for most people. Congress still has a few hours to avoid the sequester. Candace.
All right, thank you. The day where thousands of people will be dressed in green and crowding downtown Binghamton is quickly approaching. The oldest Irish bar in Broome County is getting ready for the St. Patrick's Parade, and our Kelly McCarthy joined the group to see how they prepare for one of their busiest days of the year.
In Binghamton, Kelly McCarthy, WBNG TV, Action News.
Exactly, yeah. Dinner's available tomorrow and on St. Patrick's Day as well for $7.25 starting at 11 a.m. They also offer curbside pickup for meals to go. And while Irish eyes may be smiling on the parade, police will have their eyes on everyone getting home safely. For the first time, there will be a DWI crackdown this parade weekend. It starts tonight and ends Sunday night. The Broome County Stop DWI coordinator says it's not easy to evade their net.
The police agencies that do participate will mix checkpoints with patrols. So just because you see a checkpoint on one road and decide to take another, there's likely to be police doing patrols on those roads as well.
Marion says now is the time to come up with a plan to get home safely. Ideas include finding a designated driver, taking the bus or a taxi, or just walking.
And here's a look at that parade day forecast I promised at 10 o'clock in the morning. We could see a couple of flurries, temperatures in the upper 20s to near 30. 1 o'clock, 1:30 parade time starts. Flurries, breezy, 30 degrees. I don't think it's going to be as windy as last year, but still a little bit of a breeze with the feels-like temperature maybe dropping into the teens at times. By 3 o'clock, 10 to 25 mile-an-hour winds, gusting to 25 anyways, temperatures in the lower 30s. Much more on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Howard. Still to come tonight on Action News at 6, a local school supports an organization worth smiling about by shooting some hoops.
From WBNG TV, your news leader, this is Action News at 6.
Some airport control towers around the nation might be closing. You'll find out if this could affect local airports. Plus, it's been more than 2 years since the Midtown Mall fire. The building is one step closer to recovery. But what about buildings nearby? And we'll get you ready as Binghamton prepares for another edition of Restaurant Week. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Graber. The FAA could be shutting down air traffic control towers at airports all over the country, including some close to home. Our Matt Porter explains how sequestration cuts that went into effect a week ago could be clipping the wings of air traffic controllers right here in Binghamton.
Dave, in an effort to reduce their budget by $600 million. But for now, Dave, it's all uncertain. The final list of control tower closures will be released on March 18th.
Yeah, and we'll certainly have that when it is released, Matt. Thanks. Well, while sequestration cuts are reducing staff and spending, some lawmakers are looking to restore proposed cuts in New York State. With a state Senate budget proposal that is due on Monday, Republican Senator Tom Libbis says he's fighting hard to restore a proposed $120 million cut to the Office for People with Developmental Disabilities. Libbis calls the cuts, quote, devastating.
All I can tell you is they affect every group home. They affect anybody who has a disabled child or a disabled brother or sister or a loved one, and it's going to be a cut, and a cut means less service. And you know, we need to come up with ways to help our folks and loved ones with disabilities.
Libbis says he's spent his career helping people with disabilities. He says he has provided 10 different recommendations to the state for moving money around in the budget to equal that expected $120 million cut. Well, a building once known as Midtown Mall is one step now closer to becoming a student housing after a judge awarded its owner much-needed insurance money. Our Kelly McCarthy tells us how the owner of that neighboring building is still trying to come back since the 2010 fire that gutted both properties.
The Midtown Mall is no more. In Binghamton, Kelly McCarthy, WBNG TV, Action News.
Now, Broome County Justice Jeffrey Tate said in his decision the insurance money should be paid to Stellar as soon as possible. Pennsylvania Retailers Associations induct the Boscov's CEO into its Hall of Fame recently. Albert Boscov is the first Hall of Fame inductee. The PRA hosted a gala dinner and award ceremony yesterday to honor Boscov. Governors Tom Corbett, Ed Rendell, and Tom Ridge were the honorary co-chairmen of that event. 10% of the proceeds will go to Boscov's favorite charity, Our Reading City. The remaining proceeds will be used to promote the retail industry in the Keystone State. Well, if you could go out to eat, save money, and help raise money for a local organization, would you do it? Well, you'll have a chance if you want to. Binghamton Restaurant Week kicks off Tuesday and runs through the 21st. This year's Spring Restaurant Week is hosting more than triple the number of participants than what was featured in its early years, going from 7 to 23 restaurants. Now, since it started in 2010, the event has raised nearly $1 million in sales, and it's donated $24,000 to local charities.
Everybody is a winner. You might be just the person who goes into the restaurants and enjoys the wonderful meal. You might be the business owners or the restaurant owners who experience all the new traffic and all the new business. Or you might be a member of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Binghamton, whom, in my opinion, is going to benefit more than anybody.
For a complete list of participating restaurants and their prices, because they offer both lunch and dinner, just head to our website, WBNG.com.
Excuse me, I'm just waking up here. This is, this is a life of luxury, no doubt about it. We're going to be talking again out in the living room. I mean, this is just gorgeous in here. Amazing to have this type of toy, I guess. Let's take a look at the forecast as we move through the evening here. Really, again, no problems tonight. What you see is what you get. The clear skies, temperatures will be falling into the 20s. As we move in through the overnight, things stay nice and quiet. Wait till you see the forecast for tomorrow. I'll have that coming up in just a little bit.
There was so much wrong with that shot, it's not even funny. Did you see the guy actually had his shoes off? And he didn't even have his hands on the mic. Either way, Howard, thanks. Still to come on Action News at 6. A local elementary school joins forces with a medical organization to help families have healthier lifestyles. Next.